Hi guys, in this introductory lecture regarding the metaverse, I would like to start this course by saying that metaverse is an emerging technology, and it's an ever expanding technology, and it will experience further surge in times to come. And you will observe even the internet as it was not in the past. So the metaverse concept, there are two fundamental pillars which you have to keep in mind. One is the virtual reality, and other stuff is the blockchain or the non-fungible tokens that are making this concept a reality day by day. So first of all, I would like to explain that what a virtual reality is. In order to explain this concept, I would first like to brief you upon the immersive technologies. When I say immersive technologies, then there are broadly virtual reality, augmented reality, mixed reality, extended reality, and then comes the metaverse. So I'll explain them in a very simple fashion first, one by one. By virtual reality, we mean that we need to create a sort of an avatar or a digital twin of an object in a visual world that is not there in physically. You have to create a sort of immersive visual world where characters, they can interact with each other, they experience each other, they influence each other. So this reality is called the virtual reality, in which everything exists in virtual domain. Augmented reality is a bit different from virtual reality, as augmented reality is merely a superposition in the real time domain, in the physical domain of the characters of the tabular datas, or of the other pointers that help us to understand our real physical world in a better way. That is called augmented reality. And then if we use a sort of a hybrid model of these two, then they would become they would emerge as a mixed reality. And extended reality is a broader term that is encompassing these immersive technologies to make that all to make that stuff possible. Here, the only new buzzword is metaverse. Metaverse is in fact the creation of digital twins. I mean, twin of a physical object. For instance, I am an object, and creating a replica of me or a digital twin of me in a virtual world that can perform the same task as I assigned it to be, in that specific domain is in fact the metaverse. The construction plane of the metaverse basically comprises of these fundamental entities. So in order to create a digital twin or an avatar in a metaverse, which is purely an immersive virtual domain that is full of experiences, that is full of expressions, that is full of feelings, you have to create a sort of an immersive environment where an environment where the objects, they feel like as they are operating in a real world. So in order to make this possible, this is the concept which I have explained. In order to make this possible, obviously from the physical hardware viewpoint, you need very sensitive and sophisticated VR cameras. You need to have the VR headsets for the noise effects, and you have a sort of a microphone, and then you have a sort of different motion sensors to control or to perform different actions like human do, with hands, with with our eyes, with our with our nose, with our ears. So now we have to create that sort of sensory information as well in that virtual world in order to experience a fully immersive ambience. For those who are a bit familiar with the Fortnite game, you would see that avatar of a person playing that game. He or she found a digital twin of his or her in that game, fighting against fighting against other contenders, and experiencing and earning different rewards, clearing different stages, and all other fighting tactics. So this metaverse, in fact, is an amalgam, is an umbrella term that is used for creating all such experiences in the virtual domain. So, what type of experiences it would be? First of all, we need to precisely break down that what task we humans normally do in our routine work, apart from the gaming technology, the blockchain gaming technology, or the virtual reality based gaming technology you are familiar with. We do shopping, we do study, we hang out, we have our social activities, and we have our marketing activities. We have time to spend in library or in any working environment. So all these experiences, all these feelings, you have to create in a virtual plane, and then by using a sort of a digital twin or an avatar, or a sort of a virtual character of ours, to be immersive and to be interacted with that environment. This is the very fundamental concept that is gaining strength nowadays, and this precisely is what is called an immersive technology. And metaverse is all about these sharing of these sort of experiences in the virtual domain. So in future, the human interaction, the human sentiments, the human feelings, and all the associated human stuff, because if you are familiar with even the gaming structures, the human, they can spend hours and hours while playing different games, and they really amuse from those activities and from those I mean, sort of to have sort of a leisure time from their daily stress life. Or metaverse obviously would fuel these sort of activities in a virtual domain, where you can perform all these sort of activities, and where you can sort of have an experience with all that the associated world. Metaverse, in other words, I mean, if I would like to pitch it in a very different, from a different angle, is different from virtual reality in that context, that in a virtual reality, only a single user or a single, object or a single person can experience the virtual world. But in the metaverse concept, you have different human beings replicated there as clones or as digital twins, and they are experiencing each other activities, they are experiencing each other company, they are experiencing each other personality behaviors, and that would ultimately lead to a sort of a bliss and comfort for them.